Nice guys finish last. Think about that. Nice guys do finish last with girls, and good girls finish first with guys. Are you a nice guy? Do you find yourself getting taken advantage of, used, abused, mistreated, disrespected, and devalued? I've been there. I've never been a complete nice guy, but I find myself sometimes being too, how do I say, nice to people. Not just women, but to people sometimes. I haven't done it for quite some time, and I've, how do I say, vacillated back and forth between that in my life. For the first 30 years of my life, I was what you would call a bad boy. And then I thought, man, I'm going to try it the way that society says to try it. Let me see, that was 3 divorces ago, vicious custody battles, false accusations, women trying to put me in jail, and the end result there was nice guys finished last. Now, does that mean you have to be a jerk, or you have to be dishonest, or mean as hell? No, it doesn't mean that. But what it does mean is you don't have to be a doormat. You don't have to be anybody's fool. It's okay to say no. No is a complete sentence. Let's look up the word. The root word of nice. Where does it come from? What does it mean? You may be surprised. Let's see. I think it comes from a Greek. Here it is, nice. It comes from a Latin word. Let's see what it says. Middle English, in the sense stupid. That's where the word nice comes from. So words carry powerful meanings through the centuries. Even though people don't think of nice as being stupid, why is it that when you're really nice to people, not all the time, but especially to women, they have no respect for you whatever? I'm not talking about opening a door for a woman once in a while. I'm talking about if you're in a relationship and you bend over backwards to please her or be nice and try to treat her like a queen, I think we all know what happens there. You get treated like a servant, or worse, like a peasant. So it goes on to say, from an old French, Latin, necios, ignorant. From the necia, not know. Other early sentences include coy, reserved, giving rise to fastidious, scrupulous. So, nice comes from the word necio. Necio. Necio is like stubborn in Spanish, I know that. No, necious. I'm not sure. Well, it means ignorant. So there you go. If you're being nice, a lot of times you're being ignorant. People take you as ignorant. They don't respect nice. As I said, that doesn't mean you can't do something good for somebody. I do a lot of good things every day for people. A lot of times they don't even know it. But when you do something nice for someone, never expect anything back from them. And be very cautious about how nice you are to your girlfriend or your wife. Now, as I said, I'm not telling you to be mean or a jerk or a bad boy, although women seem to like those and respect those type of men much more than they do a nice guy. And I understand, you guys, it makes logical sense to us men. If I treat her very well, she'll treat me very well. Doesn't work that way. You're thinking like a man, and you're thinking that she's going to respond to you like a man. Well, take another look, buddy. She's not a man. She's a woman. And she thinks on a completely different frequency than you do. She thinks more on an emotional level. And when you're being all nice to her and treating her good and acting like she's just wonderful, some reason, and she doesn't even understand why, she loses respect and attraction for you. Now, women would argue with me on this and say, oh, that's not right, that's not true, I want a nice guy. But within 50 miles of her, there's hundreds of nice guys that would love to take her out and treat her well and take care of her. She'd be safe with those guys. but she's going to be bored with them. She's going to be tired of them very quickly. Women have emotional natures which they need to have nurtured, and nice guys do not nurture emotional natures. What do they say? You can do anything you want to a girl except bore her. And nice guys, nice, steady, dependable men are boring to 99.9% of women. I've lived it. I've experienced both sides of that coin. I've seen other men who have experienced the same thing. They got to wonder about you sometimes. They got to wonder where you are. They got to wonder maybe if some other women don't want you. Doesn't mean they have to wonder if you're cheating, but they want to know that they got a man that other women want. They got to know that they got a man who can live without them, but chooses to stay with them. And nice guys have a tendency to act like they can't live without their woman. You should never, ever, ever be in a position where you cannot walk away from your woman and your kids if need be. Now, the reason I say it about walking away from your kids, because we live in a society here in the West where she's going to get those kids if you guys divorce, unless she's an axe murderer. I'll guarantee you. At least that's the way it is in my state. I was fortunate to get my kids because she was from another country and she decided she wanted to go back. But had she fought, stayed up here, I probably wouldn't have my kids as I have them now. I've been through other divorces and I've had kids with those women, so I know how it is. I know many other men who have been through the same thing. And they will clean you out because when they're done with you, they're done with you. They don't think the same way you do. When they lose that feeling for you, unless she's a really good, stable woman from a good, stable family, she's going to act on that feeling and leave you. Very few women nowadays realize that a commitment has little to do with feeling. But then again, you're the man. You must lead these relationships. And I'll be honest with you, most men, including myself, I became complacent. I was working. I was providing. I was home every night. I was being a good father, a good husband. And as some of you have heard me say before, one of them told me, you're a good father and a good husband, but I can't live this kind of life. So she went off with the meth dealer, someone who is exciting. She'd come over here one night after about 3 or 4 months. She was gone. He had beat her up, half choked her. She had needle marks in her arm. She'd been shooting dope. And it's like, what am I supposed to do for you? But they get bored with a stable guy. That's an extreme case, I realize that. But still, there's many cases like that where they go out with the guy who just got out of jail, the guy who's in trouble all the time, or the guy who's with all these women, the party guy, the bad boy. As I said, I'm not telling you have to be a bad boy, but you have to be a man who lives for himself, his vision, his purpose. And she has to come along with you. You can't make her the center of your life, nor does she want you to. And that's the problem with nice guys. They make her the center of their life. Everything they do is for her. Now, I've never done that, but I've so supported my family and focused on building my family that the girls that I was with made the mistake of thinking they were the center of my life, and they started disrespecting me. I told them what was going to happen, but you can't tell a woman anything. She doesn't communicate like you or I do. So you tell her you're going to leave. If she doesn't straighten up, she doesn't believe it until you leave. Then she's like, I can't believe you left me. What did I tell you? So the best way to tell a woman is by your actions. Now, I'm not saying you have to leave her the first time she disrespects you, but you need to withdraw your attention. You need to do what they call a soft next. You get busy. Start going to the gym. You got other things to do besides spend time with her and cater to her. I've given this advice to men before, and it works like a charm, if she hasn't gone too far off the reservation. Anyway, that's my take on nice guys. If you'd like to get my help personally, MarksInspiration.com is my website, or you can contact me at MarksInspirationalGuidance@gmail.com. Have a great day, and I will see you later.